What we're asking you is to, when you get to your station, and talk about creating a movement for change. So we have 7 steps. We're going to have 7 groups, and I think we'll give each other 7 minutes per station to just get into having a good conversation. And so there's going to be pens at each station. Make sure someone's going to be documenting, someone in your group is going to be marking down the nuggets of conversation, the really good ideas that you guys are having, so that it could be captured. What this activity is useful for, it's useful for your nation and the region, to see what kind of trends or what are the next steps that are happening. So we could see the trends both in the region, but what the center is going to do with this information is we're going to assess it nationally as well. So what we want you to be thinking of is, what is the next step that I can do right now to start or continue this nation rebuilding journey? So what are the steps that you could do right now and that you could take in order to start rebuilding or continue rebuilding the nation?
We're blocked.
Like, there's nobody
Just
in there.
because we don't have a reserve, we're not considered as Indian as you. Just because, like,
That's going to create positive role models. Everything what I do, I try to give whatever I can.
Share what you know.
And I avoid my past, right? But I try to put what I went through to give you. And I see it all the time amongst you guys. You guys are always
I want you guys to know that the dialogue that you're having here is part of that larger nation rebuilding that is going on, because it is time for change. So the center has had the opportunity to study not only what's going on in Mi'kmaq, but also across the country. So there are a lot of different governance models, there are a lot of different ways that change is happening, and we can learn from each other, because everybody has had the impact of the Indian Act, but how we respond to it and how we try to overcome that legacy is different. So it's really good to take a look at the different models that are out there and that are being created. So we're here to give examples, we're here to share the stories of other First Nations, other nations as they're affecting change. That way you guys can make the best informed decisions that you possibly can for your own situation here.
J'ai trouvé le colloque très intéressant aujourd'hui. Le thème m'intéressait beaucoup, puis j'ai trouvé ça intéressant le rassemblement des 3 communautés. Puis, en gros, c'était ça. Ça a répondu à mes attentes. J'ai aimé la diversité des activités, puis c'était très intéressant.
I think the youth think tank is a great opportunity for youth in this part of the territory to interact and network with each other, meet with each other. We're able to network and discuss different things that are going on in our communities, and that we need to put ourselves out there, give back what we learn, take in as much as we can.
La raison pourquoi aujourd'hui j'ai assisté, c'est parce que je voulais rencontrer d'autres gens de d'autres communautés. Je suis très heureuse, je l'ai fait. Je crois aussi qu'il va y avoir beaucoup de changements dans les communautés futures. Puis je pense que c'est juste du positif que ce qu'on a fait ici aujourd'hui. Puis je pense que c'est ça. Aujourd'hui, on a fait un grand pas. Puis de pouvoir donner mon opinion aussi pour des changements. Je pense que, en fait, j'ai respecté le but de ma rencontre ici aujourd'hui.
This gathering will help because it will reach out to a lot of people in many ways. A lot of people are always hush-hush, or they're too scared to ask. And some don't have the courage, and it will help them, like, remember who we are, where we come from.
What can I take home from this is I know that people like me and other my neighboring communities have we all have the same vision for the future of our communities, and I feel that sharing the same visions that we can all help each other out and work together, which is really important.
I would have to say that I was really, really happy to see with the turnout of individuals that came out to participate in the activities. Also the support from leadership from each of the 3 communities. One objective that we had was to ensure that we would have a large participation of individuals, and we clearly met that objective. The other thing was to have a good dynamic forum where we'd have good exchange amongst the participants. And we were really happy with that we were able to do that. And the last one was that because of the 7 steps of nation building, the very first step is creating a movement to change. And that was our main objective, was to be able to have an outcome that would allow the Tribal Council, MMS, to be able to have a document which would allow them to know what the membership thought about creating a movement to change.